I'm all to the left. Here you go. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Oops.
Nice to meet you again. It's J-Rock.
Nice to meet you, J-Rock.
So what's the deal, man? You caught me by surprise a little bit yesterday.
I caught you by surprise?
Yeah. Nobody's ever just showed up to my office.
I was watching a YouTube
It took some tenacity for you to find it, though, right?
Yeah. I was watching a YouTube video, and I seen you driving down like the highway. I was like, that looks familiar.
Yeah.
And I was like, those trees, they either gotta be Virginia or, because I'm originally from Virginia.
Yeah.
They either from North Carolina or Virginia. And then he was with some bodybuilder guy. I can't remember his name.
Derek.
Might have been. He had some type of competition he was getting ready
Yeah, that's my buddy Derek.
And I heard you say Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. And then I seen your Instagram and I seen that sign. And then I seen the truck. And I was like, oh man, he's somewhere around here. I can find this guy.
So blame this on Francis, right? Driving the truck around. That's cool.
So I looked up the business name on Google, and that's when I got the original address.
Can you hold that on your desk? Because I paid for that earlier. Yeah. And
then I found the address to where you used to have your office. And then I went inside. I was like, man, this doesn't look like this is it. But you know, I still went in. I asked the lady. I said, "Is Cash Homes Trade business still here?"
Yeah.
She was like, "No, he hasn't been here over a year." And I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, this was my only lead. You know, and so I went back to your website. I went back in my car, and for some reason, I seen a number that I've never seen before. Like maybe I just didn't notice it, and I decided to call it, and then that's when I got your assistant. Oh. And then I got the address.
Oh, I'm blaming it on Addie then. Never mind. I'm just messing. So that's cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Where you originally from Virginia and you're here now?
Yeah, I'm originally from Virginia. About 8 months ago, I dropped out of college.
Where were you going?
I was in DCC, Denver Community College, and I was studying computer systems technology. And you know, when I first started, I just felt like it wasn't what I was meant to be doing. Yeah. You know, I always felt like I was settling almost, And so I still gave like a year and a half, and I had that feeling throughout the whole year and a half, and I just said, you know what, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but.
How pissed were your parents? How mad were your parents?
My dad, he's still kind of mad about it, but well, not mad, but he's trying to understand, and he wants me to go back. But my mom, she sees it. Yeah. She understands.
Yeah.
But they weren't too happy. But they're starting to understand now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's always disappointing, or the hardest thing is to disappoint your parents. I mean, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, you just have to, because they don't see the transition that school is pretty much worthless unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, where you have to have that. That's my diploma right there, and it's not real. So you just kind of see I dropped out too.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't graduate. So it's kind of like, I get where you're coming from, man. It's just, and it's a hunger. It's like an unfulfilled something you don't kind of understand yourself. You just walk in that way. But kind of what brought you to real estate, though? I mean,
honestly, okay. So when I dropped out, it was me and my buddy, because it wasn't him. I would never dropped out.
Yeah.
I still stay stuck. He asked me one day. He said, "Lewis, you see yourself doing this for the rest of your life?" I said, "No." We both just bust out laughing. He said, "What are you doing here then?" And that made it click. And I'm like, yeah, what am I doing here? I don't see myself doing this for the rest of my life. So we both dropped out, and it's funny because he's almost going to the UFC now, and he wouldn't have that if he wouldn't have dropped out either. Yeah. And so we both dropped out, and we both got the same job working at a water plant. Big 45-gallon things of water in one rack all day.
Wow.
So we both working in the plant all day. And so I couldn't work at the plant anymore because, it was hard on your back. And I said, I can't do this anymore. And so then that put me in a really tough spot. And, so I was on Facebook one day, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this guy's name is Ty Lopez. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
So I ran across him, and I bought one of his programs. It was like the 67-step program. 67 days of rewiring your brain. Yeah. I didn't have any answers at the moment.
Did it work?
Yeah, it definitely worked. I'll probably
shout out to Ty Lopez then.
Huh?
I said shout out to Ty Lopez then.
I'll probably, because he taught me one of the most important things. You know, curiosity brings you the greatest rewards. Because I was curious enough to go to a real estate conference, and that real estate conference started a spark, you know, and it allowed me to start reaching out and start trying to gain knowledge. And that's one of the most important things it taught me, how to actually gain knowledge. You know? So, yeah, it was a very important program.
I'm with it. Okay, I like it. What do you know about wholesaling?
Not too much, you know. I try to learn as much.
How'd you find me?
How did I find you?
How'd you find my YouTube channel, my Instagram?
Just looking up wholesale on YouTube, you know, how to do it, and then I ran across one of your videos.
So who did you first hear the word wholesaling or what it was? Was it Ty?
No, not Ty. Ty is what let me just to be
the mindset,
He gave me the mindset of someone, how to be someone that you want to be.
Yeah.
You know, but first I heard, I just typed in Google one day, real estate conferences near me. And, you know, I found one here in, because this is when I was back, still living in Virginia. Now, I just recently moved here with my sister.
Okay.
And so I just Googled it, and it was one happening in Greensboro, and it was Fortune Builders. And so it was
Stan Merrill.
Yeah, Stan Merrill. Yeah, it was a one-day class. It was free. And then they did the upsell. And, you know,
how much was the upsell?
It's like $197.
And then what after that?
Like 30,000.
Yeah, it's a pretty big jump.
Yeah, and Dan Merrill's a genius, by the way. Like,
yeah, he built his company brand up to crazy. Yeah, I agree.
He's a genius because, you know, when you're buying like his whole business, if you make your business through Dan Merrill, like he charges like to just send out letters. It's like $197 for each letter. And, you know, you running your whole business through Dan Merrill, which is like, it's crazy, but I respect it. You know,
I do too.
Genius.
I do too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it, but I respect it.
Yeah, I would.
I respect the hustle.
Yeah, and you know, your whole business is ran through him. You know, even though you're still have your own business, you still have to come back to him to get everything that you need. You know, and it just keeps constantly.
That blue magic.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, wow. And then, so I went to the 3-day class. I invested in it. You know,
you paid the $197?
Yeah, and I'm still thankful for it because it gave me that spark.
That's a cheap thing to learn. At $197, it gave you. What did you learn for $197?
Honestly, it's a lot. I have a lot of notes from it, but it was like 3 days, 12 hours. I have a lot of notes, and honestly, I learned a lot, but I didn't learn enough. You know what I mean?
That's on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. But I'm thankful because it gave me a spark.
Yeah, of course. Most people, if that $197 is all they need to go research and go do other things to start learning how to do it. So the $197 works for 1% of the people. And then you have the other 99%. I'm not going to do anything with the information, whether they paid for it or not anyways. So you're in the 1%. You've made it this far. You still haven't done any shit, but you've made it this far. Okay. So you know now. So you tracked me down like a tiger and a gazelle, and now you're sitting in my office.
Yeah, I didn't believe it was real.
I wouldn't advise anybody else to do what he did. Don't track me down. Could have got shot that day. No, I'm just joking. But so I mean, what's your goals? What do you want to do?
To be financially free. That's my ultimate goal. You know, come back and teach, learn, because you know right now I have a lot of questions that are unanswered. You know.
What are you doing right now? Like, other than sitting in my office, what is your day-to-day activity? Are you working somewhere?
Oh yeah, I work at H&M.
H&M in the mall. Okay.
Yeah.
Surprised you haven't seen me there.
I know.
Go there all the time.
Really?
All the time.
I just started working there though.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But mainly, I just try to read, and study a lot. I try to watch educational videos, podcasts, and TED talks. You know, and then I'll just take notes and take whatever I can gain from it. You know.
So working at H&M, what are you trying to gain from there? Did you get that job because it was there or what?
Well, an honest answer is just something that can put money in my bank account until I get to where I need to be.
So what are you doing on a day-to-day to make yourself? You watching videos and listening to podcasts?
Try to gain knowledge.
Are you in real estate? You like real estate, or is it you like the financial freedom part of real estate?
I just like investing. The investment part.
Okay. So like wholesaling is a business. And yes, you can gain financial freedom from it. You can gain financial freedom from any business. What I like about wholesaling is that the only currency you need is hustle, right? And if you don't have that currency, then it doesn't matter. Because I've seen people start this business with 100 grand and fail. So money is not the currency you need for this. It's the hustle. Money will come, but you got to learn from somewhere, right? It's either you're going to be ambitious enough to research all this stuff yourself, or you know, it's kind of up to you. You know, the success is in your hands. I think the H&M it's an okay move. It's a move out of necessity. I mean, what do they pay at H&M? I'm not.
Like 10, 20 an hour.
It's not bad. I thought.
Actually, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I thought.
I go to a clothing store, you know, because I was throwing water bottles, those 45-pound things for $10 an hour.
Where's that at?
It's back in Virginia.
Got it.
Yeah.
Those places start at $8 still, so for you get 10, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
What? That's interesting. How many hours a week?
At H&M?
Yeah.
I'm part time, so maybe about 25 to 30.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, you're here. I mean, people pay a lot of money to be here, man. You better have some questions. Like Charlotte, people are paying $2,000 to sit with me for a couple hours.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're passionate, what have you learned about wholesaling?
Well, wholesaling in general, you know, is you can use, the main thing that I learned is that you can use OPM.
Other people's money.
You know, and when I first started like learning about business, I thought you had to, you know, it's still true that you have to spend money to make money.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know about, you know, you can use other people's money to get things. You know?
So do you understand the concept of wholesaling, like what it actually is technically?
For me, I'm guessing that it's pretty much like, so you see a house, you see a property that has potential, and you're not selling the house, you're selling the contract to another investor.
So basically your job as a wholesaler is to find a funnel and a way to consistently generate property that are not used, distressed, or whatever that situation is, right? So for example, you have to have, you're able to go out driving for dollars. Just use that example. You run across a property off of Peters Creek Parkway. The trees are out, the trees are grown, the grass is high, and you're like, curiosity sets. Okay, I need to see who owns this property. You go on what we call the GIS. You find out who owns the property, and you find a way to contact them. Now you're either going to send a piece of mail, or you're going to find a way to call them. You're going to call them, and you're gonna try to negotiate a deal with them, but you're gonna have to know what it's worth fixed up in order to negotiate a good deal. Now, once you get that contract, right? Once you get that piece of paper in your hand that says, hey, for the next 20 days, I have a contract on this property. The property is worth $100,000. I got it under contract for $30,000 because it needs work. I own this piece of paper, which gives me the right to buy this within 20 days for cash. As a person that now has equitable interest in the property, you can sell this to somebody else that wants it more than you do, right? So if you got it for 30 and you come to me and say, hey, look, there's this house, I got a contract to buy it, I'll sell you my contract for $5,000. If the numbers work out for me and it's 35 and I might put 30 in it, I'm in 60, and the house sells for 100, I'll buy it from you all day. I have a $75,000 property with $100,000, you know, 105 payday. So that's what you do. Find a property, get it under contract, find a buyer, sell the contract, move on, rinse and repeat. Do it over and over and over again. And that's the basis of it. There's really, now how you find it is difficult because people don't like to be consistent. How you sell it can be difficult, right? You got to learn numbers. You got to know how you do things. You got to learn all that stuff so that you can truly know the numbers and make sure you're getting something that is truly a deal. right? So if I pulled up in a 2018 S550 Mercedes, right, and I said, hey, Lewis, I'm leaving town tomorrow, or I'm leaving town Monday morning, it's Friday, I'm leaving town, I need to sell this vehicle, and I'm gonna sell it to you for $40,000. Would you buy it for $40,000? You're gonna do the same thing. You say, look, hey Max, Monday morning I'll have your money for you. I'll buy that car, sign this contract. And what you're gonna do, knowing that car is $100,000, you're gonna go out and find somebody else that knows. Now, if I pulled up to you, have you ever been a car salesman?
Have I been a car salesman?
Yeah.
No.
Do you know that what would you value a 2018 S550 Mercedes? You know it's worth more than 40, right? Way more than 40. So would you be skeptical on buying it or putting it under contract if you knew the value was here and you can get it for here?
Yeah, I would definitely, if I can get it for like undervalue of what it's worth.
Yeah, so what would you, if I came to you and you knew the car was in perfect shape, and would you think twice of putting it under contract?
Yeah, I would definitely make a way.
No. Would you think twice though? If I said, yep, I'm trying to sell this car for $40,000 worth $100,000, and you knew the car was in perfect condition, you knew me would you say, nah, I don't want it? Or would you say, yeah, I'll take it?
I'll take it.
But you don't have $40,000 in your pocket. So what are you gonna do?
Find someone who does.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
So there's not like you don't think, it's the same thing I do with houses. I know that house is worth $100,000. You're gonna sell it for $30,000? I'll sign a contract right now. Do I have $30,000 in my pocket? No. When I first started, did I have $30,000 in the bank? No. So I didn't, but it didn't matter because I knew it was undervalued for whatever reason. I mean, there's people that go out and buy a $1,000 TV one week, mess around and can't pay their rent the next, and they go to the pawn shop the following week and sell for $200. Does the pawn shop guy think twice when he says you get $200? Absolutely not. Because he know the next person walk in, he's going to sell for $400, $500, 50% off retail. It's the same thing with wholesaling real estate. So that's kind of the basis of it. Yeah, we've been able to grow the company to, $1 million plus business, and in less than 2 years. So yes, you can become financially free from real estate, but it kind of depends on you. You can be financially free from a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't advise you to go into real estate if you're not passionate about real estate, because there's a lot of things you can make money with other than real estate. So if you're not passionate about buying and selling real estate, understanding real estate, then I wouldn't get into real estate, because you can do the same thing with cars or same thing with other stuff. I mean, you can become financially free from a lot of things. It's kind of just what you want to do. Now, if you're passionate about real estate and curiosity got you on real estate, then go for it. Don't look back. You're 19. If I started when I was 19 till now, I'd be a billionaire. I'm not even hesitating to tell you. I would be with a B. I'd be a billionaire. So for me now, just starting 2 years ago, and to have a company that's doing over $1 million in gross, what would, if I was able to do that at 19 or be around somebody at that age, I would tell you I'd be worth a lot of money right now. So you think about it, you're 19, I'm 33. I am X amount of years behind you, right? You're 24, you're 14 years ahead of me. You got a 14-year head start. So you got to take advantage of that. It's kind of up to you though. Yeah. I mean, I like your tenacity of how you found me and how you're here, how you're sitting here right now. So it's kind of up to you how you take it to the next level. Pretty much it. But it can happen. Yeah. It can happen. 2 years ago, I was driving a 04 Volkswagen Jetta. And now, I don't know what every month I get something different. So it's kind of up to you. Really up to you. And you said you moved here with your sister, mm-hmm. and she just what you just bunking up with her. She's ready to get your ass out of the house, huh?
No, her and her husband just let me. I talked to them maybe about 3 weeks before I came up here. Okay. I was already applying for jobs. He was like, you know what, nothing's, because we lived in a small town,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like nothing's going on there. And just come up here and, you know,
Give you
I
the
was so
opportunity.
thankful that I did.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities up here.
So what are your hours at H&M?
Usually I'll come in, work from 9 to 2, or either I'll go in from like 6 to 10.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you want to learn, you can come up here and make phone calls in one of those cubicles over there, and I'll teach you how to talk to sellers. And if it works out, then
Definitely.
you know. So, you know, you can. I'll teach you how to talk to sellers. You know, I may or may not pay you, depends on how good you are. But you know, that's a risk you're gonna have to take.
Yeah.
So,
I'll do it just to gain knowledge, man. Like, you know, to understand, because that's one of the most important things. If you can't talk to a seller, then you can't sell. You know.
I'll show you how to talk to sellers. I'll show you how to do all that. Make sure when you get your schedule, is it changed so often?
No.
It's a set schedule?
Yeah.
So like certain days you go at this time, certain days you go this time? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me know what that is. And then if you're willing to bust your ass, you'll make way more money over here than you will at H&M. I can promise you that. You can't sell enough t-shirts to make what you can make over there. It ain't gonna be pretty. You're gonna get yelled at, cussed at, but you're gonna learn how to talk to sellers. And once you gain that skill, you can apply that anywhere into any business. You got obviously some confidence and some balls because you found me, but we'll figure it out. If you want to hustle, I'm here.
Yeah. Hey, I'll make phone calls today. I ain't got nothing else to do.
We'll figure it out. So,
yeah.
What I would tell you guys is, you know, Lewis he's got some tenacity. So maybe you guys can track his success as he goes along. Maybe he fails right away. Maybe he never shows back up. I don't know. Maybe this is we'll see what happens. Guys, peace out.